Hey everyone, this is Chris, and this is just a short video that's just going to be on our YouTube and then on the website. I'm about to record one episode, but I just finished watching uh, the Japanese cut of Pokemon, the first movie, Mewtwo Strikes Back, which I'm 99% sure the Japanese title was just Mewtwo Strikes Back. Um, it's, I think it was on his trailers pointed out like the first Pokemon movie had like 18 subtitles, which is something that goes on in the other Pokemon movies. Like Pokemon the movie 2000, The Power of Us, and then Pokemon the movie 3, The Spell of the Unknown, Enter Entei, or Enter Entei, The Spell of the Unknown, or something. So it was interesting. I digress. So I just wanted to give my quick thoughts because I had recently heard, after watching the remake that dropped on YouTube, Mewtwo Strikes Back Evolution. Some people had posted the question on Reddit like, "Hey, how is this the more like the Japanese original, or is it the more inspired from the four kids cut, the one we got in North America?" And once I learned the differences, I was like, "Holy cow!" It's interesting what you get in dubbing, and what you lose. So some of the stuff that you lost was Mew actually had a lot more of a motivation in the Japanese edit. Or the Japanese original, he felt Mewtwo was kind of an affront, and the clones were an affront. So Mew had an agenda and wasn't just like this innocent little floating kitty mouse thing that just bounces around and laughs and is only there for a good time and gets super schnerious when he needs to. Now those aspects were there, but then once Meowth starts translating, it's like, oh whoa, hold up, this cat's deep, and isn't so innocent. And Mewtwo had wasn't just such a villain, which he was in the Four Kids English dub. WB or whoever it was like, look, we need more crystal like clear good guys and bad guys. So the Mewtwo was more pondering his existence, why he was there, and all that. So Evolution, the remake, just in 3D, it's a weird hybridization of both the Japanese original and the Four Kids edit, which ended up leading me to have some beef with it, because the original, the theatrical one, the majority of North American fans are used to, and if you grew up with it, that's the one you're used to. It's got that weird brother, my brother, like anti-war song or whatever, and it's terribly hokey, but it works in the movie, even though it's terrible. But it gets stuck, and I was like, man, I kind of miss it, since it's just, at that time, I was like, this is such a straight up adaptation. Although the Mewtwo in Evolution was much more like Mewtwo from the Japanese cut of the original. But then Ash and all them were the exact same as from the Four Kids cut. Mew was the exact same as for the Four Kids cut. They cut out the like, nope, you're an affront. I'm like, you need to go kind of thing. All that to say, like with the Evolution, I was like, man, if you're just, it's this weird hybridization, and I kind of wish that there's a better hybridization now that I've watched the Japanese original. Because the thing is, like, I'll definitely admit it's better than the Four Kids one. The nostalgia that I have for the Four Kids one kind of clouds it. That being said, there's one of the themes is like, it goes out of the way in the Japanese thing to be like, look, this kind of fighting is wrong. One of the fair criticisms that critics brought up of the Four Kids cut is that you're like, hold up, your message is anti-fighting, and this is like MMA with pets, basically. Pets with powers. Like, how can you, this is very hypocritical. How can you be like fighting bad and then do this? And and that's fair. Whereas in the Japanese cut of the Japanese original, it was it was basically a war, like Pokemon battling in the Japanese in the anime, and the cartoon. I mean, the cartoon is a dub of the anime. Blah blah blah. It's like it's competition. It's you can liken it to boxing, MMA, like a physical competition. That's what it is. The Pokemon enjoy it. They're not trying to like actually kill each other. It's just seeing who is better, but in that competitive way. Whereas the fighting in the movie, like it's no, they're trying to kill each other. Like that's where it is. Like this kind of fighting is wrong. This kind of violence is wrong. Like we shouldn't be battling like this. And it's the Mew and the originals being like, look, you're nothing. You're not a thing. You're an affront to us. And the clones basically being like, look, we were made superior, feeling superior, but also like we're alive. Like you can't take that away from us. So it had a deeper meaning than the Four Kids cut, where it was like fighting bad, okay? Like that's it. That was the depth of the Four Kids cut. As much as I enjoy it, but that being said, there's things I enjoyed from the Four Kids cut more than the Japanese original. Mewtwo, I found, if I could hybridize some things, I would. Mewtwo had an aggression in both, but in the Japanese original, he's not like a clear-cut villain, but the villainous motivations kind of made sense, especially in the beginning when he's like, these humans, they care nothing for me. Because he's pondering his existence, he's trying to ask questions, and they're just like, nope, we don't care, we created you. And then especially when he starts tangling with Giovanni, and Giovanni promises him answers, and then the answer is like, look, you were made by humans to serve humans, that's the only reason you're here, like that's it, deal with it. And then Mewtwo being upset about his destiny and all that. Now you could trim back the destiny thing, but when you've got a character in the Japanese original who's just pondering all these things, all these deep questions, like going through an existential crisis, but with the power to end the world, as he's doing the things that he's doing, you're like, wait, why is he doing these things as he's pondering these things? And I didn't find an explanation within that, but then the Four Kids at it, like, yes, it was to make him a clear-cut villain, but I'm like, okay, no, it's as he's pondering these things, he's being shunned and being like dismissed as just a creation and all that. So it would make sense why there's, at least it made more sense to me, why there's this bitterness in that character, why he's angry and why he's doing the things he's doing. I would love it if we eventually got like a much more Pokemon, I think, is a thing. The Origins showed it, but in that it was more of an adaptation of the games. I think if you could do the Origins treatment where it's less kitty, I'd love that treatment of Mewtwo Strikes Back, because then you could add it. You could add in the stuff from the Japanese original of Mew. It would get more development, and the Japanese edit is great. Don't get me wrong. The other things I missed from the Four Kids one was the score. I really preferred the score from the Four Kids one. I mean, the Brother or Brother song aside, which I did miss in Evolution, because they was just sections with no sound whatsoever, and you're like, this is bad. Because I think what you're going for is like the uncomfortableness of it all, but it's just kind of like, it didn't work. So then I'm like, if you're doing such a remake, just put it in, because then it'll hit still, and then I won't be distracted of like, why is there no sound? The whatever dramatic effect you're going for isn't hitting. But the score from the Four Kids English dub was so good that I found myself missing it while watching the Japanese original. Not that the music in the Japanese original was bad, but at times I was like, it's really pulled back. There's some really good cinematic battling going on, and it's just the music isn't accenting that. And then certain songs were just hit ad nauseum, where I'm just like, oh man, the score we got with the 4Kids dub was really, really good and varied. And yeah, so those are my thoughts, jumbled as they are. Japanese got better, but there's some things I prefer from Mewtwo, the 4Kids English dub. I'd eventually love a proper hybridization. Hopefully, if you've seen Evolution, you enjoyed it more than I did. Not that it was bad, but I'm iffy with remakes. Because I think you can do a remake where you can capture the spirit of it, but go in a different way. Whereas this was borderline shot for shot, but then it was a not successful hybridization of the 4Kids English dub and the Japanese original. Mewtwo was from Japanese original, but everybody else was responding to Mewtwo from 4Kids English dub, and those don't really mesh. You need more there. I think you can mesh them together better, but it just hasn't been done yet. All right, that's this quick video. It will be up on our channel soon, and then on the website soon as well. Hope you have a wonderful day. Let me know your thoughts if you enjoyed the English Pokemon Mewtwo Strikes Back Evolution, and let me know what your thoughts are on the differences of the dubs. This is the first, actually no, not the first, because I saw the I Choose You, the Japanese original with English subs, and then I saw the Power of Us, the second one. I saw the English dub of that, so it's the first time I've watched okay, not first time, but it's one of the times that I caught the real differences between the dub in Pokemon anyway, from the Japanese original and the English dubs. Let me know what you think about either of those, which one you've seen. I hope you all have a wonderful day. Take care, and God bless, my friends. Peace!